I'm freezing. It is cold in this room that I'm in. All right. We are making some headway, guys. All right, put this away because this is some private stuff right here. Put that away. Put that away. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. But it all goes bye-bye now. If you missed it, this is what we drew yesterday. Or we started drawing it, is Superman. But you don't get to see that again till Wednesday. Because today we're going to do the Red Ranger. And then tomorrow we're going to ink that. And then we're going to do the Blue Ranger. And then we'll be done with the Power Rangers. And then we're gonna finish Superman, probably color him and stuff. And then I'm taking the weekend. And y'all are gonna get a weekend to catch up and relax. I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all wanna see that or not. Go ahead and take all that off right there. Oh, we got a little bit right there. We got a little bit that did not come off. That's terrible. All right, let's bring up the live stream. That way I can see your guys' comments. I didn't make a thumbnail today. I'm sorry. What's up, Anthony? How's it going? All right. Let's bring up some music. Some non-copyright beautiness. Oh, what are we going for? Chill beats? Oh, that's loud. Alright, let's see what this is. Nope, that's my Hulk reference photo. I know exactly what I'm gonna use for Jason. It's gonna be cool. And then we gotta bring out Red Ranger. Jason Scott. Is it bad that I didn't know his full name? Let's just put Jason. That's gonna be probably so misleading for some people. They're gonna come to the channel thinking I'm drawing Jason Voorhees. And it's just Jason from Power Rangers. That's funny. Open image, a new tab. Go ahead and pull up that PowerPoint, which is exactly what I thought it was. Open a new tab, and then we're gonna bring up the helmet. I already got everything I need, I'm pretty sure, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Have some pictures of the helmet just in case. All right, bring that up in a new tab as well, and we should be able to close that out now. We got that. We got the reference photos. You know what I do need? I need a picture of Jason so I can have his physique. Man, he really got fat. Hey, let's go with the beard though. But when he got fat and he didn't have a beard, it was awkward. But he came back evil though. That was cool because then he was a little bit built. I wouldn't do a new channel. Honestly, just for the sake of being able to keep your views, I would say to put your views, put those videos that you don't want people to see with your voice or your face on private. Private those videos and then just make new videos. That's what I would do. For anyone who missed it, let me make sure I got these in the correct order. All right. So, for anyone who's missed it, these are the Power Rangers that we have drawn so far. We have Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. We got Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger. We have Trinity Kwan, the Yellow Ranger. We have Mr. Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger. And then we have nothing. What's up? So I was just showing all the previous Rangers we drawn. We're gonna go ahead and start on the Red Ranger, Jason Lee Scott. I already got my reference down and ready. I need to sharpen my pencil because apparently that's not ready. Carnage. I don't think I've seen you in my chat before. Welcome to the channel. I don't know if you're new here or not, but hopefully I'm worth a subscribe. Appreciate the love on the drawings. All right, so. Appreciate it, my boy. Appreciate it. Are you actually Canadian? Are you from Canada? That's cool. I've had a subscriber who was from. Where was he from? He was from India. And so it's always interesting seeing where my subscribers are from. Yeah, I'm left-handed. It's always funny, because like I see so many artists that are right-handed, and then it's always surprising for some people to see a left-handed artist, and I'm just like, we exist. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with the head and neck area, just like usual. You'll always be a Power Rangers fan. Power Rangers is dope, man. It's underrated. I used to judge my cousin for watching it a lot, and then I sat there and watched it with him one time, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I would never judge you again. I was like, this is kind of peak. This is awesome. That was one of my COVID shows. So, yeah, I got hooked. I got hooked for sure. Especially whenever the new movie came out too. I was in like high school. It had what's his name? Dylan Montgomery. I think his name is Dylan Montgomery. The dude from Stranger Things that plays Billy. He was in there. I think this is too small. These Rangers are like huge on my other pages. Let me go ahead and erase this right quick. Dacker Montgomery, that's what it is. Dacker Montgomery. It's not Dylan. But yeah, no, he was. I got hooked instantly. I was a full grown man watching Power Rangers at work. I was working at BMW as a mechanic, and I was sitting there watching Power Rangers while working on cars, and people were like, "Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're into?" I was just like, "I'm sorry." All right, there we go. Let's get a decent sized head. I think that's perfect. Yeah, it is. That's good. Center chest line is going to be here. Our oval for our chest. This arm is going to be coming out here, back up here, like so. Digimon. I don't know if I ever got into Digimon. I was a big Pokemon fan, but Digimon I never really got into. I never really got into like the wannabe Pokemons and stuff. I never really got into it. I don't know why, but I never caught me because I like grew up during prime Pokemon era, and so then it's just like not much after that. I think it's the same with Dragon Ball Z and stuff though, because like I like Dragon Ball Z. I grew up with it, but honestly, it was just like I don't know. By the time all this new stuff came out, it was essentially just redone old school stuff, and I didn't want to see that. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, that's one of the good ones too. I remember waking up in the morning and watching that one. So then, like I said, by the time all this new stuff came out, that was it. And I was just like, nah, I'm good. I remember Dragon Ball Z GT came out, and that was a whole debacle within itself. People were like, oh, you're watching that? That's gross. The apes are always cool. That was one of the things I was like really hoping they would bring back and stuff, but like they never really messed with it a lot. Like imagine an ape fighting Broly. That would have been amazing. That would have been an amazing fight. Or even if Broly became an ape, you know, if Broly got that ape form, that really would have been like a big uh-oh, like what is he gonna do now, you know? Trap muscle there. Can't forget about his back within itself. His back is right here. Rib cage. Man, he's looking way too skinny. Exactly, right? I think a big thing that killed Dragon Ball Z was like people got too sensitive, right? So like we got a whole new Broly instead of making Broly canon because like of a I don't know what it was, the dispute, but like I mean come on bro. Just work through it. Y'all making hella money. Why fight, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm totally with you, dude. I'm like I'm getting sick of what there is on TV today, honestly. Like I would rather watch old school stuff. I'm getting to the point where like I'm actually right now in the process of getting um DVDs and stuff. And like I'm watching old school stuff. Like Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond is one of the things I'm like I got it on my list. I'm buying it. You know, like Batman Beyond, that Justice League Unlimited. Like I'm buying all of it, dude. I'm sick of the cartoons they're making now. You know, nothing, everything sucks nowadays. You know what I mean? Like all the real art was back then. I feel like. Now everything's just like computer animated. You know, like if you look at old school Justice League shows and cartoons, like that was fire, honestly. And then like, you know, people get old, people step down, and then like look at the new Justice League animated shows or movies even compared to like the animated movies we got before. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care no more. Now it's just money. And that's part of what my style is too, like honestly. Um the style that I have that I carry today is like I'm trying to keep up, right? I'm trying to keep up with what's new, but at the same time, I'm not trying to impress anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like it, you like it, cool. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It is what it is. But like I don't know, I attract a lot of older audiences too. Like you know, kids and stuff like what I'm putting out, which is awesome. You know, but then like I get a lot of grown folks watching my stuff, and they're like, hey, that's cool. That reminds me of, you know, this show in this day and age. And I was like, hey, I remember that. I know that show. I might be young, but I know that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm liking this. I'm gonna have to. You know what we're gonna do? We're not even gonna worry about that. We ain't even gonna stress it, dog. We're only 15 minutes in. We got it. We got it. We're gonna figure it out. You sit in line for Phantom Menace. That's what's up, dude. I like. What do you think about the new Star Wars? I'm a get it controversial up in here. What do you think about the new Star Wars? I want to go back in time. I always say it all the time, but I was just like, you know, if God makes it an option and says, like, you ready to be in heaven, or like, do you want to go back somewhere? I'll be like, please, please, send me back in time. Let me live during the 80s. That'll be amazing. Just let me be born during the 80s. That'd be awesome. See, that's what sucks though, is they put people in charge of Star Wars who knew nothing about Star Wars, dog. Like honestly, she knew nothing about Star Wars. She sat there and she was like, "Well, we have nothing to go off of. There's 6 movies. How many shows? She got nothing to go off of for the new movies. How many books did George Lucas make? He made a ton of books. We got like Legacy Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like they gave us that fake, freaking Luke Skywalker. We're all supposed to be happy about it." I'm gonna do the same pose, maybe try a different angle. She's like, "Oh, we had nothing to go off of. Get out of here." And now it's like the proper people are being put in positions of power to make good stuff. And like, it's too late. You lost your fans. We don't want it. We don't want you. We don't want your garbage. Exactly, dude. Like, we got the Clone Wars, the 2D cartoon, and then people were like, "Ugh, you know, gross." And then we came out with the 3D cartoon, and then like everyone loved it. You know, they're like, it's not that bad. And then like, I don't know what happened, dude. I don't know what happened. We get Rey instead of like a legacy story. Like traditionally, in the books, right? Kylo Ren's character is based off Luke Skywalker's son. Why didn't we get that? Why couldn't we talk about Palpatine surviving and making a clone of Luke Skywalker? And, Luke fighting Palpatine's new apprentice and turning her to the light side, introducing the fact that a purple lightsaber is because it's a Sith that knows, or it's a Jedi that knows the dark side and the light side. Come on. I'm a nerd, dude. Like I'll get deep with this stuff. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's another thing within itself. I think they didn't want to read the books. For the new stuff, some scenes were cool. Some scenes were cool. I'll give it that. Like the whole scene between Rey and Kylo Ren killing Emperor Snook or whatever. Like that was cool. That was peak. And then they killed it after that. After that, it was garbage. Like Rey accidentally having Force lightning. That's not how a dark side works. That's not the dark side. That's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Or even like with the Acolyte show. That was trash. And then on top of that trash, like, let's talk about how this character was like, her holding her lightsaber, and her lightsaber was flickering and turning red. That's not how you become a Sith. That's not how you bleed a lightsaber. Yeah, and then Chewie was still alive. Yeah. Realistically, he's dead, dog. You killed Chewbacca. You ruined the whole series in that one moment. And they're like, just kidding. I was like, dog, get out of here. You suck. Rey sucks, bro. The only thing she had working with her and not against her was the fact that she was a girl. But who knows? Even something like that can't last. Oh, controversy. No. I think they had a lot of potential for the movie. I think there's a lot of potential, and a lot of that potential got wasted. And that sucks. Clone Wars? Nice. But that's what I'm talking about too. Like, we had so much to work off. They had so much to work off of. Like, dude, let's not even get started on the fact that there's a whole The Force Unleashed, which some of it couldn't be canon. All right, that's understandable. Starkiller was far too powerful, but he could have been in the show. He could have taken apart some of the stuff that was canon. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously didn't kill Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan was in The New Hope and died by Darth Vader. But then, like, what if Starkiller was canon? And then he got Obi-Wan's Force Ghost pulling him to the light side. That would have been amazing to see. Do you remember the, what was it? Battle Republic Star Wars game? Bro, I'm telling you, man. There is potential. There was potential. And they wasted it. They squandered that gift. Bro, the pod racing game on the Nintendo 4, the 64, amazing. I remember that. That was an awesome game. I'm telling you, man, I should have been a 90s baby. I was born in 2000 and I know all this stuff. I was raised right. Am I a millennial? I say I'm a millennial, but people say I'm not a millennial. I think I am. I think I am. But I'll leave that to the other millennials to discuss. Whether I'm millennial status. I think I am. I think I am a millennial, honestly. I feel like one. I'm an old soul. When I worked construction, all the old guys wanted me on their crew. That's such a low standard, but I love it. I'm a millennial because the old guy said so. I grew up watching Power Rangers. Even whenever I found out wrestling was fake, I still liked it. Man, this is coming out great today. Bro, I hate the Apple Watches. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I gave them a try. I gave the Samsung watch a try, and I couldn't. I was like, I gotta go back to Casio. Casio's the best watch ever. All right? I used to steal them from Walmart when I was a kid. Don't steal. Children that are watching, don't steal. It's bad. But Casio is the best brand watch you'll ever get, right? This is one of their fancier ones. A regular Casio goes for like 10 to 15 bucks. And you don't ever have to worry about changing the battery. It's waterproof. They have a light. You don't even need to get you don't even need to get this one. You get a digital one. I was just feeling fancy the day I got this. That's funny. I never been called a millennial because of my watch. I'll take it. You hear that, you Gen Zers? I'm not on your team no more. All you Gen Xers and Gen Zs. Yeah. Yeah. The solar's where it's at, dude. That was one of the things that turned me off of the digital watches. I had to charge it, and I didn't want to do that. Exactly. I don't need my phone on it. I finally took the freaking Apple Watch and stuff off of my phone today. I don't even like AirPods that much, dude. I have headphones that I use. Actually, you know what? Let me go grab them. You're gonna get a kick out of this, dude. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Alright, so we have all this new technology today, right? If I want a good pair of headphones, right? If I'm not trying to hear you, right? Whether I'm in here or like a gym, I'm wearing these. These are like a cheap $20, $15 off-brand headphones that I rather use instead of AirPods. But these headphones are, I use them so much, but I haven't used them lately because I don't want them to break. They're Bluetooth. These old school JBL Bluetooth retro headphones, I love them. I use them all the time. And to even one up that, my day-to-day carry, I always just watch. And I have these two things in my pocket at all times. And I freaking love MacGyver. I can't help it. I don't know why. I liked Swiss Army knives and MacGyver before I knew what MacGyver was. That's how in-depth I was. That's how raised right I was. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing though, is like, you can pay a lot of money. Trust me, dude, I've tried to replace something so simple as a Swiss Army knife. This dude, you can get this for 20 bucks, maybe 15. But it's inflated now, you know, price is inflated, so it's maybe more than 20 bucks, but I've tried to replace this with like a Leatherman Wave. I've even gotten the Surge and all the other stuff. I hate it. I hate it. You're paying so much and then it falls apart. Why do I want that? I held on to my flip phone for the longest time. And whenever I finally got an actual phone, I held on to my Nokia for the longest time. Whenever I got a smartphone. It was a smartphone Nokia. And I held on to that brick forever. Until they were just like, nah, you gotta get someone else. So then I got an Android. And then my wife made me get she wanted me to use Apple. And so now I have Apple. A domino? I remember my favorite phone to this day. I stole phones, right? So like I was supposed to throw them away, but I stole them. Because my grandma would get like I guess she would get like the government phones, right? And so then she'll be like, you know, she'll get her new upgrade and she'll be like, hey, go throw this away outside. I'm like, okay. And I kept it. And it was a phone that like, it had the keyboard, you know, the one of the sliding phones and you have the little keyboard. I loved that thing. I loved it. I used it all the time. I got a memory card full of like Elvis and like rock and Eminem and stuff like that. And then like I put the memory card in there and I had unlimited music. I didn't have to go pay for no nothing. I didn't have to pay for Spotify or any of that. And then like on top of that, whenever I got rid of that phone and they forced me to get a smartphone, I had a iPod that I had all my music on, and I listened to all my music on the iPod, and I had this stupid smartphone I just lugged around to call people. I kept the disposable phones, right? The sidekicks. I kept the flip phone for games because like I had a high score on, on like Tetris and Bit Breaker, and I didn't want to get rid of it. Yep, the MP3s, that's where it was at. I told my wife recently, like, I don't want any more services. I'm not paying for any more subscriptions. I was like, we're gonna have to bust out the DVD player and we're gonna have to buy shows on Amazon. Like, I'm done, dude. I am so done. I don't want any of it no more. I'm so committed, dude. I've got like DVDs on a wish list on Amazon that I'm already planning on buying, like full series, Justice League and all that stuff, like I talked about earlier. But then, like on top of that, it's like I'm so far to I'm willing to buy a portable DVD player just so I can watch stuff, just so I can have my own shows and stuff and not have to pay anything. Bro, burning CDs. Yes, yes, yes. You're speaking my language, dog. You just became my favorite fan. But yeah, no, we grew up bootlegging, and so then I was taught how to burn CDs. I remember Yahoo. Yahoo, I had it, and I was so young, I didn't know what I was doing with it. I was like 6 or 7, and I had a freaking MySpace. That was a cool MySpace too. I ain't even gonna lie. It had like I had like the Family Guy Star Wars on there because I was like really big at the time. It had just came out, and then I had like the South Park Matrix stuff that came out. It was cool. I felt like such a cool kid, and then everybody got a Facebook, and I was like, what's that? I think we're just about ready to start coloring here. But yeah, I'm the same way with like video games and stuff. Dude, I'd much rather have like a Nintendo or something rather than the Xbox. My friends hate on me because all I play are like open world games. I'm really like into like games like Zelda and stuff. Fable. They're playing Call of Duty and everything. You got Wi-Fi, congratulations. You know what's sad is I remember when you had to pay money to go to the library to use dial-up internet. I wasn't even alive that much around that time, but there was like we were broke and we had to go to places like that, and so they had dial-up internet at libraries. Dude, yes, Minecraft. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to play Minecraft, dude. I'm so down. Bring some extra light over here. I think I'm gonna grab a 16. Red 16, yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, my friends get mad at me because I'll play games that they think are boring. And they're like, I don't understand how you can sit there and play that game for hours. But it's like I said, dude, Bit Breaker, all that stuff, that was fun to me. I took like a big hiatus, like a big break from Xbox and started playing Dungeons and Dragons. They couldn't understand that either. They were like, why are you playing this game? How do you play it? Where do I buy it? I was like, you don't buy it. It's in your mind. It's free. You just need imagination. Bro, I love Game Boy. I would pick a Game Boy over anything today. Especially with the cartridges. Oh man, those are the best. I didn't have one, but I stole my cousin's all the time. Anytime I went to her house, I was playing that thing. I loved it. And then like the DSIs came out, and it wasn't even the same. I preferred the Game Boy over your DSi until like you couldn't find the Game Boy no more. And then that's whenever I started playing the DSi. Like I remember in Lego games didn't have sounds. Oh, 007, dude, that game was awesome. I hated it at first. I didn't know how to play it, and it scared me every time. Every time he shot the screen and the screen would be bleeding, I get scared. Every single time I hated it. Starting up that game, closing my eyes. I don't know if I ever got to play the Nintendo's Power Ranger game. But I know what I'm looking up after this live stream's over. Yeah, like I remember growing up playing arcade machines. And it's funny because I'll go with my sisters to like arcades and they're just like amazed with what I'm able to do with the arcade machine. They're just like, how are you doing that? How did you beat that game? Like, trust me, kid, I know all the tricks for Super Mario. Bust out the NES. We'll play it right now. I'll show you some cheat codes, shortcuts. Happy Monday, by the way, everybody. Happy Monday. I don't think I... Oh, snap. It's not even Monday. It's Tuesday. I forgot I streamed yesterday. Good grief. Fun fact, I forgot to put any detail on that hand, so we're gonna have to figure that out together. Dude, the Aladdin game? That game used to make me mad. And games like that would make me mad because I never knew how to play them. I remember my favorite game from back in the day was like Earthworm Jim, and the X-Men game was awesome. I remember I did a video on an old YouTube channel that I had, and I drew Earthworm Jim, and I got like no views because no one knew who the heck it was. And they were like, "Is this a custom character? This is awesome." And I was like, "Dude, get off my channel. If you don't know, we can't talk." Yeah, Earthworm Jim was my favorite. I remember the old school arcade Ninja Turtles game. I love that one. We had bootleg those as well. We had a computer that we were bootlegging stuff on, and I had bootlegged on there. We had Earthworm Jim, Ninja Turtles, Samurai Jack. I remember that one. I never watched a show like that, but like I knew the game. So that's what got me into the show. I remember some of the Scream movies being in theaters. I never watched them because I was like, obviously a little kid. I was like, I don't want to watch. It's scary, you know? But then like, I think actually it's kind of weird, right? It's weird. It's very weird. It's not kind of weird. Whenever me and my wife, we had our second miscarriage, for some reason, that was the movie series that I decided to binge watch. Like I sat home and we binge watched the Scream movies. And my wife doesn't even like scary movies like that, but she was just like, I think it's this one. It's Billy. Billy did it. Yeah, no. I remember like what's it called too? I remember uh the Freddy versus Jason movie that they were doing like the weigh-ins and like the promotions and stuff like that. Like they were doing it like it was an actual fight. Yeah, yeah. The kids would never know the hype. I'm pretty sure some kids don't even know who the heck Freddy Krueger is today. Like, they'll probably see Freddy Krueger and think it's like Vecna, you know? I think it's a Stranger Things character. Like, where's Will Byers at? This is not this movie. Like, I remember I would go to school in elementary school and all that. And, like, my favorite movie was Jaws because my dad showed me Jaws. And I was trying to go to school and daycare, like, explaining it to people. And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, it's a shark. And it gets you. And it goes, da-da-da-da. So they're like, oh, Finding Nemo? I was like, no, you idiot. That's not what that is. I went to school and they thought I was talking about like Shark Tales and stuff. Masters of the Universe. I actually did a He-Man drawing not too long ago. You should go back and check it out. After my live streams, I post time lapses. So you might like the time lapse version a bit better. But I have a He-Man drawing. I have the live stream and the time lapse out there. I also have it on as a short as well for the new generation that don't have a huge attention span. I had to make shorts for them because they don't pay attention. I want to watch that movie though. That's one that I still haven't watched that I want to watch. The one with Dolph Lundgren. Brain rot. Yeah. Brain rot and doom scrolling. It ended everything. I saw something that talked about like teachers are starting to implement that in their class. That this teacher put on the projector Subway Surfers or somebody playing Subway Surfers while she was talking, and like the class paid attention because of it. I was like, wow, that's insane. Nobody knows how to pay attention anymore. That's crazy. See what Stevie Wonder sees. That's wild. That's funny though. I think I like this color for the red, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this to start shading. I'm actually gonna swap tips here. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I think so. It's Christmas based. Like I've never seen the full Die Hard movie, and even I could say that it was a Christmas movie. Honestly, like if all this other stuff counts as a Christmas movie and it's not really a Christmas movie, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I don't care. That's another thing I need to watch though, is Die Hard. I grew up in all the old school stuff, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and stuff like that. They showed me all the scary movies, Bruce Lee movies.